Good morning. Good morning and happy day after May Day. And welcome again to another reading of the Chicken Qabalah of Rabbi Lamed ben Clifford. Today we're on chapter 6, which is the four Kabbalistic worlds and the four parts of the soul. And it's probably long enough for us to split this chapter up into two sections, and we'll finish it up tomorrow. So you might have seen, if you're following this on Facebook, that I posted a handout that looks something like this. Let's see here. There we go. It's like that. And you might want to refer to that or even print it out for today and tomorrow's talk. As you recall, yesterday we found out how to pronounce the secret word in the Ark of the Covenant. And now we're moving to the four Kabbalistic worlds and the four parts of the soul, introduced by Lon Milo DuQuette. The epigram is, there aren't really four Kabbalistic worlds. There's only one with amnesia. Rabbi Lamed ben Clifford. In the spring of 1991, Rabbi Lamed ben Clifford became obsessed with the idea of making a Kabbalistic documentary. He approached several Southern California filmmakers, who predictably gave him no encouragement whatsoever. Undaunted, he began in earnest to write the script. He was absolutely convinced that, and this is the quote from the rabbi, once the Cliffotic demons of media see that the Asiatic manifestation of my Bria-esque genius will immediately recognize its pure atziluthness and transform themselves into angels of Yetzirah and demand to be part of its full manifestation in Asiya. And the footnote to that is, he also added, once Hollywood sees my idea on paper, they will immediately recognize it as boffo and give me lots of money to produce it. The documentary, of course, was never produced. Although the rabbi claimed to have finished writing the entire text, no finished manuscript has been discovered. The largest and most complete remnant of the script remains in the possession of Dr. I.Z. Guilford, Ben Clifford's veterinarian, who found it lining the floor of the rabbi's rooftop pigeon coop. Fortunately for present and future chicken Kabbalists, this surviving fragment deals with the all-important subjects of the Tetragrammaton, Yod He Vav He, the four Kabbalistic worlds and the four parts of the human soul. I think you will agree with me, it's a pity that the documentary was never produced. The rabbi had a surprisingly keen sense of how familiar visual images can be used to communicate abstract concepts. Dr. Guilford, who has graciously allowed me to reproduce the rabbi's manuscript, has requested that I reproduce the material complete with Ben Clifford's somewhat amateurish notes for stage directions, casting, and blocking. I have respected his wishes and hope that the reader will use the mind's eye to bring Ben Clifford's dream of a Kabbalistic documentary to life. And we start the documentary page. Let's learn Chicken Qabalah. an esoteric documentary written and narrated by Rabbi Lamed Ben Clifford. Part 1, The Four Kabbalistic Worlds. And it's a sketch, not a sketch on a piece of paper. It's sketched like an act, like a comedy act. And it's the sketch of the Kabbalistic elevator. Scene 1. Location, parking lot of a 4-story building. The rabbi is the narrator. This building is the universe. Not only the physical universe, which we perceive with its awkward limitations of time and space, but the whole ball of wax, the totality of every dimension, energy, and aspect of consciousness. Kabbalists tell us that each of us is a miniature version of this totality, and he points to the building. And we could maybe use that as an illustration. All that ever was and shall be is right there, and pointing to his own heart, right here. The Supreme One is too profoundly simple for our poor minds to contemplate. Hang on. In order for us to even begin to speculate on the nature of this one, we're forced to hypothetically divide it up and consider it in various parts. If we divide it into 2 parts, we consider it in terms of dualities: light, darkness, male, female, on, off, hot, cold. You get the picture. If we divide it into 3 parts, we can consider it in terms of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, a trinity of your own choice. Creation, preservation, destruction, father, mother, child, too hot, too cold, and just right. Do you see where this is taking us? The more we divide the great one, the more knowledge and understanding we uncover from the individual parts. But at the same time, we drift further from the abstract perfection of the one. The ancient Kabbalists delighted in dividing the one in many ways, but the primary, and some say supreme, division was by 4. And they gave this 4-fold deity a 4-letter name: Yod He Vav He. That building over there is one building with 4 floors. Let's go inside and see what one looks like when it's divided into 4 parts. And so the rabbi enters a door marked floor 1. That is how we did it. Floor 1. Hey, Asaya. Scene 2. Location: furniture warehouse showroom. Now, this first interior shot is of a furniture warehouse showroom of chairs. Thousands of chairs of every size and description, even benches, stools, and pews. The rabbi walks over to a huge overstuffed chair, sits down, and says, this is what I need. We are in the chair division of the material universe. There are lots of other divisions too. In fact, there's a section on this floor for absolutely everything in the phenomenal universe, including you and me. a table section, a tree section, a canned soup section, a section for small vibrating appliances, even a section for solar systems and galaxies, all right here on the first floor. Kabbalists call this word Asaya. Pronounce it any way you want. The material plane. It's the lowest of the four Kabbalistic worlds. And is represented by the final letter He in the great name. But back to these chairs. Where do they come from? You might answer that the wood comes from the trees and the nails come from the raw material and the wool coverings come from the sheep. But you'd be wrong. Because all you're really saying is that the wood comes from the tree section of this floor, the nails from the metal section of this floor, and the wool from the sheep division of the material plane. That being the case, where on earth do all these chairs come from? The fact is, nothing on this floor comes from earth at all. These chairs and everything else in the phenomenal universe only manifest here. The rabbi struggles to get out of his easy chair. Perhaps he has to be helped by crew members. Once up, he walks toward the elevator, and the camera follows. To begin to understand where things really come from, we need to go one floor up. The rabbi enters the elevator. Scene 2, interior of the elevator. From inside the elevator, the rabbi pushes the button marked Floor 2, Vav, Yetzirah. That's the elevator button. Scene 4. Location, blueprint room. The elevator door opens to reveal a room where hundreds of blueprints are hung by invisible wires. The room is filled with people in white short-sleeved shirts, loud ties, and black slacks. All have pocket protectors and wear dark-rimmed glasses. Some are broken and taped at the bridge. Many are holding pencils, pens, T-squares, compasses, protractors, and other mechanical drawing instruments. They're all engaged in animated conversations, making broad gestures with their hands as they talk. The rabbi, his voice hushed. These nerds are angels. The rabbi is interrupted for a moment by juvenile squeals of wildly irritating laughter from one of the nerds. Quite low on the hierarchical scale, actually, but they are hard workers and smart as whips. We are one floor up and directly above the chair area of Asaya, the world of Hay Final. This place is Yetzirah, the world of Vav. It's called the formative world, and these angels are hard at work putting the final touches on the blueprints for all those chairs down on the first floor. They can't actually make chairs up here because this is the world of thought, not matter. The camera pans to a group of nerds gathered around a slide projector, projecting the photo of a chair on the screen. Excited applause and more irritating laughter. This level of creation is the mind's eye. Absolutely everything tangible or intangible that is conceived of in the mind is formed here in Yetzirah. Artists who know what their painting should look like before they start painting. Composers who can hear their own music in their minds before it is played. Grandmas who know in July what the Thanksgiving table should look like are all communicating directly with angels on this floor. But as smart as they are, these guys need inspiration and direction from higher consciousness. They must take their orders from somewhere else. And the rabbi is going to enter the elevator right now, and he's going to go one floor up, but we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to join him on that ascension up the 4-story building of Yod-Heh Vav-Heh. In the meantime, enjoy your Saturday. Be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. Bye.